Hello, movie lovers, and this is going to be my little segment where I'm actually going to be talking about the reason why Doug Liman actually left Gambit, and also what he's going to be doing with the Justice League Dark movie and what we can expect from the Justice League Dark movie. Now, first thing is first. I've always said this before, like I felt like Gambit never be a one character movie. I always felt like it should always be a he should always be a side character to the X-Men. Therefore, you can actually have him incorporated with the next follow-up movie for X-Men. That's if they wanted to go down that route. I also felt like, too, the money budgeting and everything else for that movie was way too expensive. So I didn't understand why they wanted to go on ahead and make a big budget for Gambit when there was no need to actually make a big budget movie for Gambit. Instead, they should have just went lower for that whole entire deal. But I'm not going to go on ahead and repeat everything that I've said because that was in my other video. But the whole entire deal is I'm happy that Doug Liman's actually dropped out of the project. Now he's actually going to be directing Justice League Dark. Now, for those of you who don't know what Justice League Dark is, it has John Constantine, it has Zatanna, it has Deadman, Swamp Thing, Madame Xando, Phantom Stranger. And I'm gonna tell you, this cast is just phenomenal. Well, not the cast, but the characters itself are phenomenal. Whenever you think about it, yes, we have a John Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves, but I really would like to see this with the actor that has actually been playing Constantine on TV. But I don't think that's gonna actually happen because they like to keep their universe separate from the movie universe. So I don't think we're actually going to see that actor. But the whole fact is we actually get to see John Constantine again on the big screen, interacting with Swamp Thing, interacting with those other characters that I've mentioned. And I swear, this is actually a fantastic idea. Guillermo del Toro was originally going to be directing this thing. And, I feel like Doug Liman might actually be a pretty good fit for this movie. There were a couple of movies that he's actually done that, that I've actually watched that I actually liked. And that was The Shallows, and there was some other stuff too. But still, I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for the fact that we're getting a Justice League Dark movie. And, this actually goes to show that, we can actually have some dark tone characters for once. I'm not saying that Batman is not fitting the bill or anything, but we actually get to see Swamp Thing again after so many years of not seeing anything from that storyline, because the last time that I actually saw a Swamp Thing, anything to do with Swamp Thing, was actually the TV series, and I actually remember watching that on Sci-Fi in the 90s when I was a kid, staying up late, watching that show, and also, too, I remember the Wes Craven movie with Swamp Thing as well, and I really liked the tone and the way that Wes Craven was able to capture Swamp Thing during that time. Now that we actually have the special effects lined up, I feel like this is actually a good move for them to go on ahead and have Swamp Thing in there. Another character that I really am looking forward to is having, besides Constantine, besides Swamp Thing, is having Phantom Stranger in there. I feel like his character has always been a little bit mysterious, and you can't go wrong with mysterious characters, and I always love a thing with dark characters, and I feel like the darker the better, the darker the humor, and everything is just perfect. Damien Dark might actually be in this thing too, and that's even better too, because I didn't really care for the Damien Dark character in the show Arrow at all. I felt like it was very dry and less dramatic. I didn't feel any kind of suspense last season, but that's just me, my personal experience with that whole entire season of last year. I felt like the ending for that show was a little bit rushed. But still, I'm not going to get on a tangent about that. That's from a little bit later down the road, whenever I might actually do an Arrow after show, if I do an Arrow after show. But just to stay on target, this movie is actually going to be fantastic if this actually gets off and everything else. And I feel like it will. Doug Liman's actually a good choice, like I mentioned. And like I said, give this movie a chance. I think you guys might actually like it. And if you haven't heard of Justice League Dark, pick you up some comics and everything and read about them, because I think you're going to actually enjoy each character and what they represent. And, of course, John Constantine is actually my favorite character on this whole entire deal. So, without further ado, tell me what you guys think. Are you guys excited about Justice League's Dark movie? What do you get to think about the whole deal about Doug Liman actually directing this movie instead of a Gambit movie? Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to know what you guys think. don't forget to give me the thumbs up button. And if you see anything you like, share it amongst other movie fans and everything else, because this is what we're here for. So anyways, until next time.